Hello, my name is Fernando Bender and welcome to our program Análise Diária, where we perform analysis of Bitcoin prices with our software Wild Horses and current market data. Originally, our program is in Portuguese and we're increasing the number of English editions for your convenience, so stay tuned, sign up for our channel and don't forget to activate the notification button so you are notified of new videos like this one. Thank you very much. Let's dive into the graphics. In this first graphic, we see here the closing price of Bitcoin quoted in Tether on exchange Binance. The prices are framed in channels that, according to our software Wild Horses, best describe its behavior. At the bottom of the plot, we see here a colored line that depicts the volume traded on exchanges Binance, OKX, and Huobi as per how many standard deviation they trade above the average. So that allows us to see and differentiate strong moves from regular ones. For instance, the last days have been strong moves in a matter of volume, where we have consistently remained 0.75 standard deviations above average. It's not a stupendous volume above the average, but has been strong enough to keep us above the 400 line, and that's what we're seeing right now. However, as we have stated in previous analysis, we will have difficulty to pass through the top of this chart, which was the peak in the last 59 trading days, and that means $4,130, and that was precisely what happened today. Today we had a test at this peak and we couldn't breach it, because it is our belief, and we have stated it here, that we do not have enough volume to overcome it. If the volume keeps increasing, then yes, there is a chance that we will move up, and then we will see 4,200 as next resistance. However, until the volume increase, we will be within the current range, which is namely 4,100, 4,130. However, if the volume decreases, then we see the possibility that we will test the support at 4,000, lose it eventually, and then we will need to hold on to the support at $3,960. So that's what we get from this information from this chart. Let's move on for the explicit forecast for this end of the day. And what we see here is our expectation of 4,000 to Tether at the end of the day, and that means a slightly move down. Of course, this algorithm captures only the closing days and it has zero information about what's going to the market right now. That's why we complement the analysis with online Binance data analysis within the chart right now in the SQL. So the admissible interval goes from 3,979 till 4,125 Tether, and our error margin has been 0.58%, meaning we are forecasting correctly 99.42% of the price of Bitcoin from day to another, while the prices have swung about 5 times more than that, namely around 3% from one day to another. What we see in the background is that the correlation is playing each day a lesser role. The volume is playing a lesser role each day in the determination of the price, meaning that the moves might be depending each time more of external values not considered here. Nonetheless, we believe that if this current trend continue, that we had an upward move in the last day and an increase in the volume, then the correlation between price and volume, which is depicted at the background of this graphic, will increase once more. So that's our forecast for the day, around $4,000 at the end of the day. And we move on now to the market, and we want to show you right now what's going on in Binance with Bitcoin quoted in Tether. So let's dive in that. And what we see here in the 1 hour graphic is that we had recently a test at $4,124 precisely, where we said that it will not reach. It was 4,130, and so the volume was very high but not enough to cross above that limit. We also see here a similar amplitude of volume in candles when we have here tested the 3,900 that sustain its level. So we in a wider range, we are between these two. It is a range of $100 that has been typical distance between a strong support and a strong resistance in the behavior of the Bitcoin recently. The good news is that this range is moving up consistently. Before we were between 3600, 3700. Now we are in 3900, 4100. So that's very positive for the coin. However, we will look it in a wider perspective in the weekly basis. We are in a turning point and we really need more volume to break up from this region. It will be clear once we analyze it in the sequel. So we are now moving down, the volume is going down and the price is going down as well. So that's compatible with direct and positive correlation between price and volume. However, it is happening intraday and we need that this move continue during the day to strengthen this correlation in the plot that we just showed you lately. Now, what we see here is that the prices are losing momentum and most likely try to test a next support. So that could be around 4,140, and in the worst case it will be a return to 4,120. Losing that, we will look forward, yes, 4,100 here, and losing that, yes, we will hold on to 3960, where we really needed a strong volume to breach above it. So that's what we see moving down. Moving up, we see again the 4,130, which correspond to the peak in a daily closing in the last 59 days. Now, looking on a daily perspective here, we see precisely this. We made this test intraday and our peak was just and slightly above the closing of the day here. So that's it. It couldn't breach beyond that region where we had an intraday peak of 4,200. So we need more volume than that. It is somehow clear here in the level of volumes that were needed for us to enter this range and as a response to a failed test. So we believe, it is our belief, that we need this level of volume, meaning the double of what we are getting daily right now, to break above the 4,200, 4,130. So that's our view in the short term. Going to the weekly basis, we see here that unfortunately this week is going to the end and the volume is still decreasing. So we still have not surpassed the volume of previous week, and we are then locked in a range from 3,200, just above that, and below the 4,200. So to break above this region, we will need a volume much greater than what we are experiencing, a level that is compatible with the double of the average of recent weeks. And that have not appeared, meaning that on average each day should have the double of the volume that it has presenting, and that's a huge increase compared to our current levels. That's why we are convinced, looking for this argument that for us is strong enough to base our opinion upon, that we are not likely to pass above 4,100, and if not above 4,200 in a day. So unless we double the volume on average in the next days or in the next weeks, we are likely to experience, it is our possibility, a move down. Why? Because we are nearing to the top of the region and we are not with enough volume to break through. So the odds that we will move back, that we will move south and test again some supports, that's a possibility. So our supports will be 3,900 and below that 3,700. So we should be aware of that, and those who are trading long positions on Bitcoin and its cryptocurrencies that are highly correlated with that, which is the majority at exclusion of stable coins, should look forward such a move down. That was our analysis for today. We thank you very much for your attention, and don't forget to sign up to our channel and to activate the notifications to be aware of new videos like this one. We are counting with your audience and we are open to suggestions and any questions that you might have. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. See you in the next video. Bye bye.